This is NBC Nightly News with Jason Burks.
It is my deep conviction that we have reached a turning point in the long history of our country's efforts to guarantee freedom and equality to all our citizens.
NBC Nightly News, Indianapolis. Today is December 1st, 2014. It has been 66 years, 4 months, and 6 days since our former president, Harry S. Truman, decided and demanded the Executive Order 9981 help integrate the military. Integration is the act of combining racial, religious, or ethnic groups into one. The FOSSI Committee was to help with this. They kept stats, reports, memos on how the integration of the military was going. They would go in depth into how they were doing this.
Truman addressed the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People on June 29, 1947. He foreshadowed a coming age of significant changes in the controversial area of civil rights for blacks. A year later, he made a decision which fundamentally altered the nation's approach to equality for all Americans. Although change was not immediate, Truman's Executive Order 9981 not only effectively desegregated and united the military, an innovation unique to America at the time, but it also ushered in the civil rights movement and stimulated political discourse over the treatment of minorities in the country.
That Harry S. Truman used to integrate the United States military and armed forces. This was Executive Order 9981. There shall be equality of treatment and opportunity for all persons in the armed services without regard to race, color, or national origin. Harry S. Truman, July 26, 1948. Now, during the Revolutionary War, many African American slaves were given to battle by their slave owners, both for the British side and the American colonist side. They helped win quite a few battles for America. The turning point, there were more and more people wanting to be free, and so when they went into war, they thought they'd be free from their slave owners, but it ended up they were not, and they would return after the war was over, if they were alive. During the Civil War, many free and enslaved African Americans chose to go into battle on the north side. The most known regiment is the 54th Regiment of Massachusetts Volunteers. They served at the Battle of Gettysburg and helped the north side win it. And during World War II, many African Americans were not allowed to go into battle and were treated badly when they did go. This is because they did not want something to happen between our Army and Navy and just white and African American soldiers getting into it. But when they were home, they were treated worse. Even though they were in the military and served for us, they were treated worse than they were on the battlefield. But during the integration, let me tell you this: it took till the Korean War to integrate the United States military, because America was losing the war, and without African Americans going in, the military may not have been able to neutralize the war with North Korea. That helped the government, because they called on African Americans to come help with the military. Not really a draft, but an African American, please come help. But after integration, segregation was still going on, though less inferior to what it was in like the 30s. African Americans were still treated poorly at home, although in the battlefield they were treated much better, because at this point they didn't care who was what race. They just wanted to win or neutralize the war. And so they did help the military equalize the Korean War. They helped with that. Now Truman, when Truman signed this executive order, he didn't realize what an impact it would make. It made others such as Dr. King, Rosa Parks, made them rethink the laws and policies of segregation, that they were unfair and unequal. This led to the Civil Rights Movement, which in turn led to a more equal America for African Americans and whites. The U.S. did change its look on the military because later in the 70s, the Department of Defense created what it's now called as a directive, which means it's kind of a law that can't be taken back for the military. And it made integration of the military final, and any color, race, or skin could be in it. It helped us today because it makes us a more equal America. There are over 150,000 African Americans in our military right now. Of course, the Department of Defense helped integrate the military 20% more than just the executive order itself. But overall, it made us a more equal America and helped us become what we are today. This is NBC Nightly News.